Good morning, students. Today we are step into our syllabus portion. Students, are you ready? Okay. First, we starts from our chapter 1, unit 1, chapter 1, first chapters. The topic is the .NET platform and the web. Okay. Last day we see about the introduction to .NET platform. We study about .NET framework, ASP.NET, how the ASP.NET website created. These are the things we studied our yesterday class. Today we shift to our material, that is our syllabus portion. The first topic is the pathway to the web application. Pathway. What is pathway? Here the topic is pathway to the web application. Why we go for the web application? What are the way we cross over to create the web application? Why we need web? For what purpose we need web? From our point of view, that is your point of view. If you have mobile with internet connection, what do? What are the things you do? Just surfing, chatting, etc. etc. Here, from our subject, the web means business. Why it is business? Today, our digital India, anything, everything, everywhere is internet. It is very important for each and every person in the world. So, because the business is done through online itself. For example, our Flipkart, Amazon, Snapdeal, Zomato, etc. etc. Everything through web. So, the web means business. Then, yes, last class we study about the static content and dynamic content. What is mean by static content and what is mean by dynamic content? Just remember, students, what is mean by static content? The content doesn't change up to the visitor's search. It must be constant every time. It doesn't be changed. But in dynamic content, that is dynamic documents, the web page will be changed according to the user's request. So, just think, students, if the business is successful, if it is a static components or static documents, no, nothing. It must be a dynamic documents. Then only we can view or use clearly. So, such type of dynamic contents can be created with the help of our ASP.NET and the .NET platform. That is Active Server Pages .NET and the .NET platform. Just remember, students, what are the things inside the .NET framework? Just remember last class portions. What are the things? CLS, base class libraries. Next, common language runtime. Okay? Are you remember? Okay, students. Next, first we move on to the web client server model. Our website interactions are done through web client server model. For example, if we want to check your result from our MS University website, what are the things happen? Just you go into the website, that is log on into the website and click the result link. What will happen there? The page just asks your registration number. You just key in your registration number and click the submit button. After a few microseconds, after few seconds, it will display your result according to your registration number. That is the thing is the web client server model. That is, client means our browser and server means a data that's stored in the backend system. That is here from our example, that is our result from our result example, the web client is, we are the client, use our browser, it may be Opera, it may be Internet Explorer, it may be Netscape Navigator, anything is the web client, and the MS University server is the web server. Okay, how it functions? It defines which process may begin the interaction, which process may answer, how error conditions may be managed. Okay, from our example, that is our MS University examination result example, which process begin the interaction? We, the students who need the result, that is the process begin the interaction. Which process may answer? The MS University server process the request based on our entered register number. If there is error in the register number, how it will be managed? It will be managed with some error message. Okay, got it? Students got it? Okay. Next we move on to process classification. What are the process include inside the client server technology? First process is client. Who is client? We are the client. That means the process that requires a service. From here itself, who is the client? An user or anything that requests some service from the server. So next, the server process. Who is server? The process that provide the required service to the client. Next, the client requires a service, the server provides the service and makes available the result to the client. Next, what is the functionality of client? Student, listen. Some of the client web browser is the example for client. Here I display some of the browser, that is Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Firefox, Opera. These are some of the example for client. That is our browser. In generally, client software is an arbitrary application program that becomes a client temporarily when remote access is needed, but also perform other computation locally. Client will act temporarily if there is a need for remote access. It also compute locally from our machine itself. Client may access the local disk data or the remote disk data. The remote disk data means the data stored in another location, remote machine. That is, it may be in MS University, or it may be UK, or it may be US, wherever itself. That is remote access. Computation locally means data access from its own hard disk. Okay, it is invoked locally by a user and executes only for one session. If it is invoked locally by the user, it executes one session only. It will run locally on a user's personal computer, that is the local disk of the system itself. Actively initiates contact with the server. can access multiple services as needed but actively contacts one remote server at a time. It may access multiple services but it will actively work with one server at a time. But it will access the services from multiple server. But at a time, it will access only one remote server. It does not require special hardware or sophisticated operating system. There is no need for any special hardware or there is no need for any special operating system. It will access with the help of its own operating system and the hardware itself. Next, move on to server functions. In our subject, that is in ASP.NET, that is the .NET, a server, that is IIS, it is a built-in server of .NET technologies. .NET. It is an important one word, IIS. IIS stands for Internet Information Server. It is the server, it is the built-in server in .NET. It is a special purpose program dedicated to provide one service but can handle multiple remote clients at the same time. It can handle multiple remote clients but at a time it will provide only one service. It will be executed on a shared computer. That means not the personal computer, it may be extended with other computer also. Wait passively for contact from arbitrary remote clients. That is, remote clients request also contacted and accessed successfully. Accepts contact from arbitrary clients also but offers a single service. It provides from the first point itself, it may handle multiple clients requests but it will provide service for only one request at a time. It requires powerful hardware and a sophisticated operating system. Listen, what is the difference between client and server? Client does not require any special hardware or operating system, but the server needs special hardware and a sophisticated operating system. Okay, students, shall we move? Next, the protocols for web client server communication. What is meant by protocols? Protocols is a set of rules. That is, in our college we have some rules. We must follow that rules. Then only we will survive in the college campus. Likewise, protocols is a set of rules how the client and server communicate with each other. First, the web client and the server send information back and forth using the which protocol? Transmission control protocol, internet protocol. You must, I think you must studied in networking. 7 layers. Physical layer, data link layer, networking layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, application layer. Here, in the transport layer, the transmission control protocols are used. That is, in the transport layer only the data are shifted back and forth between the client and the server. So here, which protocol is used? Transmission control protocol, internet protocol. So from here itself we came to know how the client and the server send information back and forth between the client and the server, between this client system and the server system. Which protocol we are going to we will use? Transmission protocol, transmission control protocol, internet protocol. Next, it is used by many other internet services such as email and the file transfer protocol, where it will be applied for sending email, for transferring files. What are the email protocols? SMTP, Post Office Protocol. SMTP means Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. POP, that is Post Office Protocols. So this transmission control protocol is also used many other internet services. What are the other internet services? Email and the file transfer. Next, how will the system connect using the TCP/IP? Here a concept, socket. The socket will connect computers using TCP/IP. For example, how your mobile connect to get charging? Yeah, likewise, our mobile gets charging with the help of some port or plug point. Likewise, here two or more computers are connected with the help of socket. What is a socket? It is a software line of plumbing established by either the client or the server software to connect the client or server. Socket is a channel that requests and responses are sent inside packets of data. Our data are transferred with the help of various packets. Various packets of data. What is packet? It is packet means in our physical layer the data are stored as the data are treated as raw bit data. In data link layer the data are treated as frames. In networking layer the data are treated as packets. Raw data, frames and packets. So packet is a collection of frames. Next, web application communicate over sockets using a higher level protocol. Which is the higher level protocol? Hypertext Transfer Protocol, that is HTTP. Web application communicate over sockets using a higher level protocol, that is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. So next we are move on to HTTP. The first version of HTTP is 0.9, that is HTTP 0.9. It is implemented only one client command, that is get method. I think you studied this method from Java itself in applet program. Just remember students, get method and post method. Next version is, the first version of HTTP is 0.9 and the next version is 1.0. In the previous version, it helps to retrieve only documents. But in the latest version, that is the HTTP 1.0, it is not only to retrieve documents but also to allow the client to send additional information to the server. It helps to send additional information to the server. It is a simple command response system, that is the requests are made, the responses are returned. Next, a command is issued by the client to the server, then the server sends a response. This is the simple command response system. Next, the latest version is HTTP 1.1. It contains 10 commands in its instruction set. I think you already studied in web technology. HTTP header section, there is an instruction set in the HTTP header section. Okay. The method of encoding data to be sent from web client to web server is called the Common Gateway Interface. What is Common Gateway Interface? CGI. CGI stands for Common Gateway Interface. What is Common Gateway Interface? The method of encoding data to be sent from web client to web server is called Common Gateway Interface. The application which helps to encode data between sent from client and server is called CGI application or CGI script. If there is a script helps to encoding data sent from web client to web server is called CGI scripts. If there is an application helps to encoding data to be sent from a client to web server is called CGI application or simply CGIs. Next one, HTTP is stateless. It is an important one word. Student listen, it is an important in one word. HTTP is stateless. Why it is stateless? Because it does not store its states anywhere. It does not store its progress anywhere. Just listen. When a client request is completed, the web server normally closes the socket connection with the browser and forgets the details of the exchange. There is no storage of history of this communication, that is HTTP is stateless. Because when the client request is completed, the server automatically closes the connection and forgets the details of the exchange. Okay. Next, the server side processing with CGI program. What is CGI? Common Gateway Interface. What is the working of CGI program? It works by processing data sent by the web browser to the web server. Just send the data from web browser to server. There are two methods on sending data. That is HTTP sending data with the help of HTTP post command and sending data with the help of HTTP get request. With the help of HTTP post command, there is an encoding the data in the body of an HTTP post command. Next, how the get request is processed, passing the data as arguments to a script file in the URL. URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. Next, what is the disadvantages of using CGI while comparing with ASP.NET? CGI is a traditional programming language, but ASP.NET helps to develop web application with the help of modern technologies. First, we see about the disadvantages of CGI. It is a least cost effective method. It has simply an encoding scheme for passing data back and forth between web clients and web servers. There is a need for extra code to interpret the encoding. What are the advantages of ASP.NET? It is easy to parse CGI data using built-in code objects. That is, it uses the dynamic link library files. It provides a framework for using many different programming languages. What are the programming languages in .NET framework? VB, C#, JavaScript. It makes building web application easier by utilizing reusable component controls for many common user interface elements. Next, another one disadvantage of CGI is it will access separate memory for executing data. In ASP.NET, there is no need for separate memory for executing applications. Okay, students, today our class finish from here. Tomorrow we will start a new topic, components of common language runtime. Okay, students, those who have doubt, please feel free to ask me through our WhatsApp group or through Google Classroom. Okay? Okay. Thank you, students. Keep studying. Okay. Thank you.